Other interesting business news, you have Boeing laying off about 10% of their staff as the company continues to struggle almost as bad as their airplanes, which, again, not financial advice, but your company is, as the youth might say, an epic fail when every other defense contractor in the United States, from Raytheon to Northrop Grumman to RDX to, Lockheed Martin, all of them are increasing exponentially with sales and stock prices. And yet Boeing is the one that keeps going down. Granted, they have a large part that's commercial sales to like airlines, but Boeing is at its heart defense contractor. They make some of the coolest aeroplanes and machineries on the planet that usually stay assembled and usually work. But these days, unfortunately, well, not so much, and it's starting to catch up with them. Now, this comes to us thanks to Amy Pitchty, who's a writer at CBSNews.com specifically. Love the article here. Says, quote, Boeing is cutting 10% of its workforce, or about 17,000 employees, which also, they're not doing great these days. Unfortunately, I don't know how disappointing this is. The CBS does not have a picture of their iconic airplanes in the actual article, but I partially digress. According to the substance of the article, they say, quote, Boeing says cutting that much of their employees. In a memo, CEO Kelly Ortenberg ordered the layoffs, writing that the aerospace giant must make tough decisions to stay competitive, which, I mean, it's almost laughable. I didn't mean to laugh, but in order to stay competitive, it's pretty bad when you can't be, like, there's not much commercial competition when it comes to these giant airplanes. There's basically 2 or 3 companies that compete in their core area. And because, with defense contracts, you have to be made in America, which I definitely see the, advantage of that or the reasoning behind it. But because of that, that's why they're pretty darn secure when it comes to those, government contracts. Now, which is why it's almost laughable. They need to stay competitive. They do, but you're bad when you're even not financially viable to work with the government, who notoriously spends money. Like, that's just ridiculous. Ortenberg added that the company is also delaying its program to develop 77X airplane and halting production of 767 aircraft after it delivers the remaining 767 planes that have been ordered by customers. The layoffs and production changes come amid a labor dispute at Boeing, with 33,000 machinists going on strike in September after failing to agree on a contract. The aerospace giant finances and reputation have also taken a hit this year due to manufacturing problems and multiple federal investigations following a mid-air panel blowout in January. Now, they continue to say, quote, our business is in a difficult decision and it's hard to overstate the challenges we face together. Beyond navigating our current environment, restoring a company requires tough decisions, and we will have to make structural changes to ensure that we stay competitive and deliver our customers over the long term. And ideally, deliver to those customers in one piece. Now, looks like in terms of having someone at the realm of the company to fix things, again, not financial advice, but I think this is probably a better leader. Now, they noted that the CEO, Ortenberg, is a former head of aerospace company Rockwell Collins, joined Boeing as CEO in August, replacing the CEO, Dave Culhan, who, again, he is more of an accountant, or not to be pejorative, but a bean counter, not really business or engineering background, which, don't get me wrong, CFOs work magic with companies and is a vital thing, but when it comes to something like, building airplanes, you should probably have more conceptual knowledge and not be hanging out in Chicago when you don't really make much there, which used to be the Boeing headquarters in North America for quite some time before they recently relocated, well, make most companies out of Chicago, but more pertinent to them, to one of their actual manufacturing facilities. So it is very unfortunate to see a lot of these employees being laid off. Now, thankfully, aviation is a huge up-and-coming, well, not literally up-and-coming industry. The planes are always going up and ideally coming down safely. But hopefully they're able to find gainful employment at one of the competitors. Again, Northrop Grumman makes some fantastic airplanes, Lockheed Martin being another big one. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. So hopefully these 17,000 employees aren't, unemployed for too long. But yeah, Boeing has also become pretty big and bloated throughout the years. So again, also not too surprising. Be interested to see how much efficiencies they increase with this. But let me know in the comments your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.